Released in 1997, Around the Fur is the album that cemented Deftones' place in the late 90s heavy music landscape, not just as another new metal act, but as a band with a sense of atmosphere and tension far beyond their peers. Where their debut Adrenaline was raw and somewhat one-dimensional, Around the Fur expanded outward, testing how far aggression can be stretched before it dissolves into beauty. From the opening salvo, My Own Summer, Shove It, the band makes their intentions clear. Heavy riffs that hit with mechanical precision, offset by Chino's vocals, which move between guttural howls and a haunting, almost sensual croon. This push-pull dynamic between violence and vulnerability is the album's central tension. Songs like Be Quiet and Drive, Far Away, show how Deftones could make heaviness ethereal, a shoegaze influence bleeding through the down-tuned riffs. It's a striking juxtaposition, one that makes the heavier moments of Labia and Ricketts land even harder. What keeps Around the Fur so compelling is its sense of control amid the chaos. Unlike many of their contemporaries, Deftones avoided rap rock cliches, instead leaning into mood and texture. Stephen Carpenter's guitar riffs are thick and metallic, but never monotonous. Abe Cunningham's drums adds syncopated elasticity. Cheese bass underpins everything with weight. And then there's Marino, who weaponizes vulnerability. His voice can collapse into fragility just as easily as it could erupt into rage. Lyrically, the record doesn't follow a neat narrative arc, but captures fleeting images of obsession, alienation, and physicality. Even when cryptic, the words feel urgent, often spat out like raw nerves exposed. The title itself, Around the Fur, evokes a sense of intimacy mixed with discomfort, an apt metaphor for an album that never lets the listener fully relax. Nearly 3 decades later, the album holds up not as a relic of the nu metal era, but as a blueprint for the fusion of heaviness with atmosphere. While later records like White Pony would refine and expand this formula, Around the Fur remains the turning point. That moment, Deftones stopped being a band of the moment and started becoming the band out of time. A versatile, brooding, and surprisingly forward-thinking record, Around the Fur captures Deftones in the act of inventing themselves. It's not just an angry record, it's an atmospheric one, making heaviness feel strange, sensual, and alive. So if you haven't listened to this album, check it out. Let me know what you think. Again, I will be at the Deftones show this Saturday in St. Louis, so if anybody's going to be there, keep your eyes open.